Okay, so here we are on October 21st, and yesterday we talked about the triangle angle sum theorem. We talked about the fact that all the angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Today we're going to talk about how an exterior angle in a triangle affects that. So first of all, what is an exterior angle? An exterior angle of any polygon, it doesn't necessarily have to be a triangle, is when you have one of your sides of your figure and you extend out the side. The extension of the side goes out from the figure, and that angle is formed by that extension and a side of your figure, of your triangle in this case. So it's this angle in here. Okay, so that's our exterior angle. And it's just, there's going to be a relationship today between the exterior angle and the two remote interior angles. So for each exterior angle of a triangle, the two non-adjacent interior angles are called its remote interior angles. So what makes an angle remote interior? Well, it's all relative. It has to be inside the triangle, but it has to be on the other side of the triangle from the exterior angle. It has to be remote in its location compared to angle 1, the exterior angle. So in other words, if I were to make an angle 4 here, that would not be a remote interior angle because that one is right next to angle 1. It has to be far away from on the other side of the triangle. So these are the remote interior angles that go with angle 1, relative to angle 1, the exterior angle. So in our first homework example, it asks which of the numbered angles at right are exterior angles. Back to our definition, what made something an exterior angle? It had to be made up of an extension of a side and a side itself. So for example, 2 and 3 and 8 are all exterior angles. 2, 3, and 8. And some of you right now are saying, well, why is 4 not an exterior angle? It's outside the triangle. But if you notice, 4 is made up of 2 extensions. It's not actually up against the side of the triangle itself. It's only made up of the extensions of the sides. So 4 will not count for our definition of an exterior angle. How are exterior angles 2 and 3 related? Well, I hope you saw that they were vertical angles. Therefore, they would be congruent. All right. Our first investigation for the day is how are the interior angles and the exterior angles related? So it says find the measure of the exterior angle. All right, so I'm thinking if all the angles in this triangle add up to 180 degrees, and then 100 and minus the 55 plus 33 gave me 88. So 180 minus 88 gives me, what, 92 degrees. So this angle is 92. And then that angle and angle 1 are a linear pair. So 180 minus 92 is 88. So angle 1 would be 88 degrees. Okay, let's come over here and do this second triangle. We have 27 plus 76. It's going to be 103 for those two angles added together. So 180 minus 103 gives me 77 degrees for this angle right here, the third angle of my triangle. And I can use a linear pair. 180 minus that 77 degrees is going to be 103. So angle 1 will be 103 degrees. We did that, check. What conjecture can you make, what educated guess can you make about the relationship of the exterior and the remote interior angles? Well, I noticed when I added up my interior angles, I got 88. And when I finally arrived at my final answer, I got 88. Same thing over here. 27 and 76 adds up to 103. And then my final answer was 103. So the sum of remote interior angles equals the exterior angle. Given that there are 180 degrees in a triangle and 180 degrees in a straight line, why does this make sense? Well, because we were subtracting this number from 180 here, and then we were subtracting the answer from 180 over here. So when you subtracted them both from 180, you ended up back with your original answer, the original sum of those remote interior angles. All right, so here's the actual theorem that says what we're trying to accomplish. The measure of each exterior angle of a triangle equals the sum of the measures of its two remote interior angles. So if I have angle 1 on the outside and I have 2 and 3 as remote interior angles, then angle 1 is equal to the sum of angle 2 plus angle 3. So in example 2, find the measure of each angle. Well, all I should have to do is add the 2 on the inside up, 90 plus 46, and so that should be 136 is what the measure of angle 3 equals. So for part B, this time there's algebra. So let's see. I know that these two interior angles, remote interior angles, will add up to be that 100 on the outside. So I could say 2x plus 27 plus 2x minus 11 should add up to a grand total of 100. When I combine like terms, 4x and subtracting this one. So that would be 16, 27 minus 11. Add 16 to both sides. So let's see, I have 116 divided by 4 is 29. Alright, so at this point what you can do is you can pause the video and come back for after you've done the U-try. U-try. Alright, so I hope you added the two remote interior angles and added them up to the exterior angle. So 32 degrees plus angle 2. I have to add up to 120. So if I subtract 32 from both sides, angle 2 equals 88.